Right, so here we are. Kevin, our good man Kevin over here, strong as an ox, been taking the right strain of HGH. Come over here. Right, look, Kevin's standing here. Come a little closer. Come out here. Right, a little closer. Kevin's standing about a 45-degree angle to the left of my target. And the key to that is that I want my rotation, just as I said to Patrick, the core rotation has got to be left. When the ball gets in front of us, we all tend to stop. We all tend to be too much on our back foot. We're not up on the front foot soon enough. And the core, that inner core, that chest, is not rotating left with one uninterrupted motion up onto that dead flat front foot, and you've got to stick the finish, right? So at least you look good. Right, right? Right, Kevin. So Kevin's he's going to be my right-hand man here. There's the fairway. I move in. Do we stand there and say straight left arm, take the right arm, tuck the right arm, have a little knee flex, you know, turn the hips, get some width in our backswing, get it up here, start the hands and arms down first, have a little separation between the knees, finish high. I mean, think of the stuff that golfers go through. It's almost like you have to fly the flag at half-mast, you know, and we have a moment's silence for us golfers, right? So we move in like this, Kevin, and all I'm trying to do is I want to feel on that front foot, because the front foot's where it is. If you deliver the core and you got that upper chest in a great spot, that makes your hands and arms more powerful. If your body's going backwards and you're trying to, you know, utilize the loft and add loft to the end of the club, you're going to feel the arms grow, and that's going to be the end of all of your power. You see what I'm saying? And we spoke to Kevin about moving the head. You don't have to worry about keeping your head down. You don't have to worry about following through. You don't have to have a straight left arm. You don't have to turn your hips and get your weight back on your right side. Bobby Knight, the coach, right, once picked up a chair and threw it across the court. He just wasn't trying to turn his weight back to his back foot. In fact, as he loaded the chair, he took a step up with his front foot. The core rotated. He released the chair out there. With that, the back foot came up, and we said, this is getting 100% of your mass to a dead flat front foot. So think about that. The problem is we don't view the golf ball as a resistant force, whereas a chair is maybe 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 pounds, right? So we move in here. Kevin's off to my left. I've got my left foot outside my left shoulder. I pick up my back heel to make sure my weight stays more up to my front foot. And as I load, I turn my body left. I'm holding my finish, Kevin. I'm up on my front foot, the dead flat front foot. You can see all the spikes. I've turned the core through it, and I feel like the rock at the finish. And that's the key. Begin with the end in mind. The gymnast, if the gymnast does not stick her finish, not a 10, right? If she doesn't stick that finish, so the only way you can stick the finish, Kevin, is to feel that flat front foot, pull your right foot back, pick up the heel, turn the right toe in a little bit, you load, turn the core through, and you can see how it's really stuck the finish. Move there, a little wider, pick up that back heel, load, but turn the core through. And you can see how solid I am at the finish? That's the way to play golf. You go from here to the first tee, realizing that mistakes may happen. You see where you want to go. You know that, hey, if my hands and arms want to be powerful, I've got to turn my core. And if I stand with feet that are too narrow, I can't move. It's all a hands and arms swing. We want to feel the power. So you've got to get some more space between your feet. We say even the French were smart enough to build the Eiffel Tower large at the bottom and the top. We lack Draper Pond and Don Perignon. So get some space. And then my good friend Peter Jacobson once said, we all like hamburgers. So it's hamburger, not hamburger. Give yourself some time. Give it the ham, and the burger is when the violence erupts into action, right? So Kevin, you're doing a great job. Give me that, let's throw that down the ground. Get back and stay there. You see, he's my visual, right? So most of us feel too much hip action. We spoke a little to Mike, that he's a lot of stuff going on. Mike, you must be a good dancer on the bench. Sure. So you see this, now get on my knees. That's why I wear shorts. John Hancock stopped picking up my dry cleaning tab, so I can now wear shorts. There's a lot of, you know, we're watching the budgets. So right, so now when you're on your knees, you're grounded. You're like at the workstation. And as I load the club, I'm getting tighter here, just like an elastic band winding up, or a big spring. And once I get nice and tight, if I sit back down on my right side here, it's not going to be a pretty sight. I'm going to hit the big ball of the earth before the small ball. So got Kevin off to my left, and all I'm trying to do is turn my core to face Kevin. So I load like a bullet. If I had to hit a fairway to save my life, I'd get on my knees, because there's fewer moving parts. And then my wife said to me the other day, she said, you know what, I've seen you do your little presentation and you hit shots on your knees, but you're so short you look like you're on your knees permanently. So again, this helps you feel nice and tight. The right knee cannot move, the left heel cannot come up. I'm getting tighter, and then I'm just turning my core left. And that's the way to feel what little position the lower body actually plays in the golf swing. There's not a lot of this extra activity, guys. Feet stay on the ground. You load the upper core. My right knee stays steady. My left heel's down. I'm getting nice and tight. Upper chest loading. And then I'm going to unload to the finish. Up onto that front foot. Keep the hands on the club. And like you see Tiger let the club go. Hold on to the club and stick to the finish. And good things will happen. And then you got the high tee, Kevin. This is T-ball for golf. The same beneficial factors. It helps you stand taller, right? And as you load, it helps you feel a little deeper in your plane back here. And if I sit back down here and the club gets stuck behind me, it's not going to be a pretty sight again. So I've got to make sure that that inner core really rotates left with one uninterrupted motion. Okay. So I've turned that over a little bit, but there's some good stuff happening over here. I hit it solid. The tee stayed in the grip. I stayed level through the strike zone. You can see my spikes. I'm up on a dead flat front foot, and I'm still standing here. So something good must have happened. Would you agree? Absolutely. You don't have to keep your head down. You don't have to follow through. You don't have to clear the left hip out the way. You don't have to try to release your hands and arms. All that stuff has kept us paralyzed by analysis for too many years. They should fly the flag at half-mast for the average golfer, because most golfers quit this sport more than any other sport. They take up fishing because it just frustrates them, right? So the first 5 years are the toughest. Let's go out and have some fun, stick to finish, look good, and that's it.
Well done.
Good job.
Good job, Kevin.
There you go, guys.